Hey guys, it's Tiara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and demo of the Tati Beauty Blendiful sponge. Before we jump right into the video, I'm just going to share with you guys that this is actually my first video that I'm filming with me in the hijab. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I made the change I started wearing the hijab about 2.5 weeks ago. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here to let you guys know that I'm still the same Tiara, and I love makeup. I still do. It's just that I'm, doing it in another approach, in a sense of like what I wear and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, before we start the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified as to when I upload a brand new video. And okay, last one, okay. After I was reviewing all of my clips that I filmed, unfortunately, halfway through, my audio just died. I think the battery of my microphone gave way and I didn't notice, so I was just talking and there was no recording. But anyway, I hope that you don't mind that I will do a voiceover for this because I am really excited about this video. It's been so long since I last filmed the video, and yeah, I just finally felt motivated to do so. And I'm sorry in advance for this technical issue, but nevertheless, I hope that you enjoy it and find it helpful. So let's cut to my supposed intro / me talking without no sound, okay? But got application, so that's the most important, right? Okay, I'll catch you guys soon, like in the next clip. Bye! Really excited today, and I'm finally going to be giving you guys a review and demo of the Tati Beauty Blendiful. This has been a long time coming. I just didn't have the time, or I didn't have the mood to like film and edit, so I'm excited to share with you guys how it applies and my thoughts on it and all that kind of stuff. And also, I think I've used this for quite a while, that I'm confident of my thoughts on this and what I want to tell you guys about it. In the pack, unfortunately, I've thrown it away. You will get two of these sponges, so you get the Blendiful and you get the baby Blendiful. You'll get the baby Blendiful. They're really cute, and actually this Blendiful sponge, I've washed it like 4 times already and it is still looking pretty fine. And how I usually wash it is that I'll just use the Daiso sponge cleaner, or even any soap actually, and I'll just hand wash it under running water, and all of the makeup will just like come out in my sink. So I have not experienced any difficulty washing it. Nothing has come out, nothing has felt different or anything. It's just the same as how it is when I first got it. I haven't used the baby Blendiful yet, but if I do use it, it'll be probably something that I put in my bag for touch-ups, but I haven't actually done it lah. So far, I've used this for foundation, concealer, loose powder, pressed powder, contour, blush, highlight, and so far it has worked very nicely for me. I have not experienced any issues using the Blendiful to do all of that. But for today, I'm just going to share with you guys how this applies my regular face makeup. If I can, I will show you how I apply like bronzer and contour with it, but if not, I will just use this for my base makeup products. Alright, so here's where my voiceover begins, and the first product I'm going to be using is my Tarte Poreless Primer. So what I do with the Blendiful is just that I take a corner of it and then I dip it into the pot directly. It's fine, but sometimes there's a little bit of fluff that's inside, but I don't really mind it lah. So I just pick it up with a sponge, and this is how it looks like on the sponge. It doesn't look like much actually. So all I do is I just kind of press and pat the primer into my skin. And once I do that, it just looks like that. It doesn't stick or bunch up at all. Next, I'm going to use my foundation. I'm using 2 foundations and both of them are from NARS. So I'm taking this side or this corner of the sponge and I've pumped up my foundation, and all I'm going to do is dip the sponge at the back of my hand, dot it on my skin, and I'm going to do a swipe and pat motion. So as you can see, it blends out pretty nicely, and it is odd, it is weird because it's not like a beauty sponge, like a beauty blender, but it works. And then I'm gonna go on with my concealer. So I'm using my Too Faced Multi Sculpting Concealer, and I'm just gonna put that under my eyes, down my nose, my forehead, and my chin. And then I'm gonna kiap the sponge like that, and I'm just going to concentrate dabbing and tapping the concealer out. So the thing about this sponge is that because it's so soft and like squishy, you can actually fold it to whatever shape that you want to suit whichever area that you're blending out. So that's one thing that I really like about this sponge. Then now for powder, as you can see, there's still more surface area that I can use to pick up different products. So I'm going to take my loose powder and another part of the sponge that I've not used yet, pick up the powder, and I'm going to dab it under my eyes to set my under eye concealer. I personally love using the Blendiful sponge to apply my loose powder because I find that it picks up the product better. It doesn't bunch up, because sometimes when I use a beauty blender to pick up loose powder, it can tend to bunch up sometimes. But with this, because it's dry, it doesn't do that. So that's what I like about it. And you can also use it for pressed powder. So this is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder, and as you can see, it picks up quite a fair bit of it. But not to worry, it does not make my skin look cakey at all. It has to do with the powder, but I think it's the sponge as well. Next, I'm gonna show you guys how I apply my bronzer slash contour with this Blendiful sponge. I'm using my Physicians Formula butter bronzer, and all I did was I kind of folded the sponge lengthwise to make it look like that, like a taco, and then I just swipe the product onto the bronzer like that, and you can see that it has picked up a little bit of product, and all you have to do, or all I'm doing actually, is just stamping it at my contour slash bronzer area, and that's pretty much it. So as you can see, it's a very fast way to apply your contour and bronzer, and it's quite accurate. And you can also do the same thing with your nose, and I really love doing this because I suck at nose contouring, and this one I think I'm a little bit better with the Blendiful lah. Not say I'm super pro or what, but it helps. And if you feel like it's a little bit too harsh, you can just take the area that you use to apply your powder, and you can just kind of like buff everything in so that it will blend out nicely. Alright guys, so now that I'm done with the rest of my makeup, it's time for me to share with you guys my final thoughts on the Tati Beauty Blendiful sponge. So the first thing is that the price, I think it's alright because you get two sponges. Of course, this sponge is more firm, and I don't really recommend it to apply your makeup. It's more for like a touch-up kind of thing. And another thing that I really like about the Blendiful is that you can rewash it and over again. And also there are two really big sides of the, like they have a big surface area so that you can do a lot of things and use every single side or every single space for different things. It's just how you manipulate the sponge, and it's very easy to like move around, like, you know, scrunch it up and all these kind of things. So it's actually a very flexible, I would say, product. The only thing with regards to reusing it is that if let's say you're gonna wash it, you need some downtime for it to dry. It's not like a beauty blender where you can wash and then immediately use after. So this is something that you should think about. Other than that, I personally enjoy using the Blendiful. It is something different. You will feel odd and weird when you first try to apply your makeup with it, but after a while you realize that there's a lot of potential in, you know, using just one sponge to do everything, and it is definitely possible to do just that. You can apply blush with it, bronzer, highlighter, and you just can use the different sides available for each purpose. So it is somewhat travel friendly, but of course, like I said, the washing will take some time to dry and all that. But then again, like I said earlier, you can also just flip it over so that technically you have 2 days or 2 rounds of use if you use one side per time you apply makeup. So overall, I enjoy the Blendiful. I recommend it. I think if you are a beauty junkie and you really are very curious, you should try it. But if let's say you don't have the extra cash to throw to purchase something like this, and you're very comfortable with using a brush or your beauty blender to apply your makeup and foundation, and you are not the kind to want to fuss with like, what kind of makeup applicator should I use today, then I think you should skip it. It does the same thing as everything else. It's just that it's in a different form and a different like vibe. It's not like your typical beauty blender sponge kind of texture. So I would say if you are just not interested in beauty and like trying and testing things out, I don't think you should get it. But if you're like myself, you are very curious and you're very open to try different types of products and different makeup applicators, I think you should just give this a go. It's a very interesting product. And if by any chance you don't like it as much as I do, or you just find it so weird to apply liquid products or whatever with a sponge like this, don't panic, because if like you're a makeup artist, or like what I did just now, because I already did my base makeup, right, and I want to do my eye makeup, I actually just put it around my pinky finger and I just used it to rest so that I don't disturb the rest of my makeup. And a lot of makeup artists also use sponges like this to just hook it on the pinky finger so that they don't disturb the rest of the makeup on their model or on their client. So if you don't like to apply liquid foundation or concealer with this, you can always just use it for that purpose. And if anything, application of powders with this product is just freaking amazing, because it is like a puff texture. It picks up product, or it picks up loose powder and pressed powder very, very well. And again, because it's a sponge, it really allows you to like really just press the product into your skin without it looking too cakey. And it's just a very nice way to place product or place powder wherever you need it to be, instead of using a brush where it can be it's not as accurate as if you were to use a sponge like this, where you can kind of like shape it to the area that you want to apply your product to. That's my final thoughts or my review on the Tati Beauty Blendiful sponge, and I hope that it was helpful. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, because that's where I update most of the time, and if let's say there are any new products that I receive, I will usually update them there. Otherwise, thank you all for subscribing to my channel, and for those of you who have been like subscribed for so long, thank you so much for doing so. I really hope I can do more videos soon. I'm just trying to get back on track with my video stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!